Well, thanks for coming over to the longer version of the video because I don't want you to go out to the driving range and ruin your golf clubs by trying to hit the golf ball off the back of the golf club, which has happened to a few of my students. So I'm going to give you the lesson, and then I'll tell you exactly how I actually hit that golf shot with the club turned over. Now, in my video on club face alignment, I went through the principles behind squaring the club face up, but I'll give you a mini version here. What we want to do to become a consistent golfer and get that club face squared up is to get that club face square before we ever get to the golf ball, right in that position right here, like a meter before we hit the golf ball. What we don't want to do is rely on our hands to turn the golf club over to make it more closed, or to try to hold it off to make it more open, or try a stronger grip or a weaker grip. I want you to have a neutral grip, and I want you to have the right movement that releases the golf club into the golf ball. When you do it this way, it's actually difficult to have the club face open or closed. Your body just simply squares it up automatically. So we try to get the golf club into a perfect position here, and that involves quite a few things here. This is your assembly. This is what your arms are doing, and also your pelvis. So you can see my right arm is bent into my side. My right wrist is extended. My left wrist is bowed or flexed, and my pelvis is forward. Okay, this all happens before that golf club ever gets to the golf ball. Now, where do we go from here? Very simply, we rotate our thorax. Okay, so our whole chest, shoulders, whatever you want to think of it, you rotate that smoothly into the finish, and your assembly stays the same. Okay, now this is very important. This position right here maintains itself all the way into the finish. Take a look. If I turn this way and I make my finish, there's a nice finish to my swing. Now watch, I'm going to face the camera. Take a look. If I lower my arms, it's still intact. Okay, so there was never any of this movement at all to try to square the club face up. In fact, we want to reduce that face angle rotation as much as we possibly can. And that's why we get it set pre-impact, and then we simply rotate our chest into the finish and maintain the assembly. Now, how did I hit the golf ball off the back of the golf club? Well, I actually didn't. That would be impossible. All I did is I turned the golf club over so it made it look like I was going to get the ball off the back of the golf club. And then I turned the golf club over right there. Okay, now right there, the club face is actually squared. I just flipped it over. I just flipped it over like that. Okay, if I didn't flip it over, it would look like this. But I flipped it over. I made takeaway. So by the time I got to the top of the golf swing, I could just make my normal golf swing. And then for effect, in my finish, I would turn the golf club back over and bring it back into this position so everybody could see that I actually hit the ball off the back of the golf club, which I actually didn't. It's interesting, though, that my students can never figure out how I did it because they're so used to trying to square the golf club up with their hands. It needs to be something that's preset. It's done before we ever get to the golf ball in that position right there, so we can smoothly rotate, find the low point in our golf club, and have a beautiful balanced finish. I hope that helps you understand how to release the golf club, mostly square it up. Okay? I'll see you on the next video.